In a distant land of China, a magnificent monastery stood tall, inhabited by around 500 monks. Each one of them fervently dedicated themselves to the path of self-realization under the guidance of the wise Zen master. Then, one day, a determined man sought out the monastery with a burning desire to uncover the truth about himself. The Zen master gazed deeply into the seeker's eyes and calmly said, "If you wish to unveil the truth, you must wager your entire life on it. It may take an entire lifetime to attain such knowledge, and even then, there are no guarantees you will achieve it in this lifetime. Are you willing to do that?" The disciple responded firmly, "Sir, I came here without retreat. I am ready." The Zen master nodded. "If that is your wish, then you have a task. In this monastery reside 500 monks, and they require sustenance. Take upon yourself the duty of pounding rice for them, relentlessly. From morning till night do not cease. When exhaustion sets in, sleep, and upon awakening, resume the task. Do not allow your mind to wander. This is the path." The young man embraced the instructions and immersed himself in the task of pounding rice. In a quiet and secluded spot, he surrendered completely to the activity. Months passed, and his mind was filled with countless reflections. Yet, when those thoughts found no new questions to ponder, they vanished on their own. Gradually, thoughts dwindled. Years passed, and the disciple lost even the notion of his own name. He remained in absolute silence, without meditation or scripture reading. The older monks in the monastery regarded him as insignificant and inferior. 12 long years went by. Then, on a momentous day, the Zen master announced that his time was nearing its end, and he needed to appoint a successor to lead the monastery. Whoever attained self-realization was to leave some words by the master's door, addressing their experience. An older disciple, well-versed in Buddhist scriptures, promptly wrote, "The mind is like a mirror where the dust of thoughts and desires accumulates. Removing this dust is meditation. When the mirror of the mind is clear, salvation is achieved." Upon reading these words, the Zen master was infuriated. "What nonsense is this? Who dared to write this rubbish on my wall?" The older disciple humbly did not sign his words, for he doubted his own enlightenment. The master wholly rejected the words. The monastery was perplexed. 2 disciples crossed paths with the humble rice-beating monk, who had pounded tirelessly for 12 years. Astonishingly, he gently chuckled upon hearing the discussion about the rejected words. When asked about his laughter, he replied, "I laughed because the master was right. All those words were futile and empty." Intrigued, the disciples asked him to share better words. Illiterate, he agreed to speak the words as long as someone would write them down. Together, they went to the master's chamber. The words he spoke were transcendent. "The mind is but an illusion. There is no mind, no mirror of the mind. When the mind does not exist, where can dust settle? One who understands this has attained the truth." The Zen master, upon seeing these words, knew he had found his successor. That night, he gave him his staff and robe, instructing him to depart immediately. He warned of the scholars in the monastery who deemed themselves superior, cautioning that they would try to kill him. "You have everything I have, and you achieved it while pounding rice. Wherever you go, people will come to you, for the fragrance of a blooming flower spreads everywhere." The rice-beating disciple touched his master's feet in reverence, and left that night. Our lives, much like the disciple's journey, teach us that meditation is not limited to sitting with closed eyes. It can be found in complete surrender to the action of the moment. Zen is living fully in the now, transcending the mind, and discovering our pure self. There is no need to seek further. Meditation manifests when we immerse ourselves completely in the task at hand, turning work into meditation.